Parsis are a community which have always been ahead of its time, a community which has flourished in all walks of life. The main reason the Parsis were able to achieve success was perhaps because they were able to follow the basic tenets of Zoroastrianism, which stress the need for having harmony and balance in life.
If one is a true Zoroastrian, both from the point of view of the principles of the religion as well as the practices of the faith, then you've got a formidable combination to be in harmony with yourself, and by being in harmony with yourself, I believe, you can be in harmony with the environment.
However, by the beginning of the 20th century, Parsis started giving material advancements and personal achievements priority over family life.
From the middle of the 20th century, in 1948, let us say, which was the turning point, indicated that the community's population trends were not very healthy. Family norms were becoming smaller, values were changing. With higher education and professionalism came a certain change in family patterns.
We realized it was the predicament of progress. We were dropping in numbers. We had become less than half our population. And the whole issue was, when we went into the field, we saw empty villages, homes without any people, or homes with only old people and no children. This was across Gujarat.
The imbalance between personal happiness and material achievements is true of all modern life, but comes with a psychological cost on a community level and in personal life.
Family ties have to be there. Otherwise you are individual, and in the long run, loneliness is a big killer. So if it is a big family, loneliness will never come. If it is a very small family, then loneliness, and you have to then rely on your friends to avoid that loneliness.
In my own case, there is no societal pressure. There was never social pressure on me. Obviously, parents were keen. My mother, especially, my father died. There wasn't that much on by him, but my mother obviously was very keen. But otherwise, there was no societal pressure. Marriage, you have to think of that. You may have a career, but you have to think of marriage. I face none of that.
It's very simple. Your total fertility rate is 0.88 or 0.89, less than 1. So less than 1 child per couple. And that's obviously going to decrease your population unless that trebles. So unless you have about, from Zubin's paper, unless you have at least 3 children per couple, you're not going to stabilize the population. So obviously you have to have more children as a community. And again, that makes sense because it's an aged community looking after parents and the elderly and grandparents. It always helps if you have more children.
Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the unique Geo-Parsi program was launched, a joint initiative of the Ministry of Minority Affairs and the UNESCO Parzor Foundation.
This community which is reducing in number, so encourage them to get married, to have more children, to participate in the normal life, and that was the government should intervene everywhere. I think wherever they feel that there is a weakness or they need some support, so government should interfere in a positive manner. One is to propagate them, one is to have them more children, to have more in number, and while they have more number, they should also contribute and participate in building a new India.
Thanks to the kindness of the government through the Ministry of Minority Affairs, we put up a proposal to create a Geo-Parsi program. And the whole concept of it is to bring back that joy in life.
So an essential part of the Geo-Parsi campaign was first, advocacy, and then, medical advice and intervention accompanied by financial subsidy for that expensive medical intervention.
So although this is a community issue as such, we had to address and tackle and change individuals' opinions and beliefs in a way.
Let's not be morbid about it. Let's not be all serious about it. Let us use a weapon that the community uses very regularly, which is humor, and use humor as an opportunity to tell them facts about themselves and how they lead their lives. And I can say with actually great pride, it had a huge impact.
I had read the advertisement of Jio-Parsi in Jame Jamshed. As scheduled, we visited Dadar, the place which was given to us. Whatever doubts we had, that all got clarified, and within minutes we had decided that we were in that program. And today, by the grace of God, we will definitely become a parent.
Jio-Parsi has assisted individuals financially, medically, and psychologically. But one more issue that the community has been facing is the need for cohesiveness and more social interactions among the youth of the community.
The biggest reason why it's difficult for me to find a Parsi bride is that I don't meet any Parsi women of my age because we are so spread out. And I think one of the things that needs to be addressed is start inculcating a system by which the Parsi children in a city meet up very regularly, not only for just religious instruction and cultural instruction, but as a social gathering.
After identifying the problem, the community got together and launched various initiatives, which are doing their bit to promote interactions among the youth, to change attitudes and recognize the rewards of family life. The results of these initiatives have already started to bear fruit, and most of the community is responding positively.
I was an only child. My husband was an only child. So we grew up with a very lonely childhood. So we decided early on, at least we'll have 2 children. So we had 3.
I have 3 children. The 4th one is is my pet, but she's as good as my child only. There's a lot of talk and debate going on about Parsis is a dying community and all. So I wanted to do contribution from my part of it.
The beginning might be small, but it's definitely a step towards the right direction.
Well, મને ઘણી ખુશી થાય કે તમે 37 બચ્ચાઓ પેદા થયા, તમે બળો, પલો, આગે પઢો ને ખૂબ કામ કરો ને દેશની તરક્કીમાં તમારા સાથ હશે તો મને લાગે કે બહુ સારું ચાલશે. અને અમારા પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટર તો ગુજરાતી બોલે છે તો પ્રાઇમ મિનિસ્ટર બી ઘણો ખુશી થશે. મને તો ઘણી ખુશી થાય.
There is still a long road to be travelled for reviving the Parsi population, but it is a journey worth taking. And each step taken is a movement to recreate the balance and harmony required for a truly successful individual's life. A life which celebrates the joy of achievement with sharing and caring.